They have to be prepared. This is a possible team that could catch them off guard if they start to feel themselves a lot, especially on Icebox.
XERXIA kicking things off on the attacking half here, and it's a bit of a slow start. Early on, they tested waters a bit, made some noise A, and looks like they're turning their attention mid.
Yeah. They do have the wall with Cruz. You could use that to potentially either mid-split or go all the way up towards A, but they opt to go down the orange lane.
It seems like they've gotten a good bit of room to work with so far. As they've gotten onto site, wall goes up, Spike should go down shortly thereafter.
That's a deep wall.
It is. Whoa! Well, wall's not going to protect that. 2 massive kills out of Sushi Boys. Crashy's trying to trade it back as OpTic try to figure out how do they get back in this thing, and Crashy's is doing his best of it, but perhaps Surf can be the one that keeps things back.
There's a flag.
13 HP. No, he falls. Oh, man. Oh!
No Marshall for Ye. He's just going to stick with his headhunter.
Great start out from Cruz. Look at Ye. Look at Ye, sneaky son of a gun, trying to go hunting. Does he realize there's someone in garage, though? Oh, no. No, he doesn't. That's unfortunate.
No. They've also got Surf so advanced on belt. So he can spot close 410. He could see if anybody's rotating out. I don't believe he did, but Sushi Boy's going aggressive again, and Marge shuts him down. And they don't have that space, but they don't expect also somebody to be lurking all the way up danger. And once again, it's one of those chaotic rounds, Doug, just like Pistol.
Now, Ball, let me ask you this.
And that can get them a lot of advantages and a lot of information early. So this first gun round will be a great example of that, to see how they spread the map.
Oh, boy.
Again, that's another time where Ye gets caught unaware of a close angle when he's trying to go for these aggressive pushes.
Yeah, trying to get a little spicy with it, caught on the retreat. We'll see if Finesse has better luck as he's worked his way.
There's more than just Finesse here.
Yeah, that's true.
They've got Victor and Marv too. Marv falls, and there's no trade. He doesn't peek off of it, neither does Finesse.
Surely you're not expecting the rest of that, right? Yeah, look at Finesse.
So is this the idea the entire time, to get this quick flank down, but to trade Marv's life for that? And there's an alarm bot in place too, so this really doesn't get anything.
No, it really doesn't. What would have potentially been a worthy sacrifice just kind of becomes neutered. Cruz gets a spike down. It's going to be a 3v5 to try to retake the site here. Yeah, and Finesse ain't having anything to do with that.
Player standing.
This is Balla. This is looking clean.
Yeah, it is. Last time we saw OpTic against the guard on Icebox, no security at all. They're going for the plays to try to get back into the round because losing their superstar.
XERXIA cozy with an early lead here as OpTic finds themselves back on 2 Marshals and Pistols the rest of the way. No ultimates to work with. Crashy's within sniffing distance, but that's really it. While Scary, who I have this gut feeling we're going to talk about him a lot, does have that Viper Spit in his back pocket.
That he does. This is the moment where OpTic, well, cozy on the back of sight. They need to be careful. In these next couple rounds, this is where XERXIA can start to run away with things. Just an eco here, but the money, look at the bank on the side of XERXIA. So much. If that starts to really, really creep up, that's where XERXIA gets so scary.
Marv gets a little something to think about, has to back up, and with that, XERXIA gladly waltz forward, take the space. Different wall this time, not nearly as deep as we saw previously. But the spike goes down all the same.
Alarm bot also right on top of it. Nanoswarm 2 have to deal with this post plant. We saw DRX earlier do a great job of keeping them off the spike taps.
Remember, OpTic don't have much to their name here. Spike continuing to tick away. That Sheriff certainly does a little something, but you have got 2 players who are stuck behind the wall. You see the knife go through. Finesse is just waiting. Trap waiting for a moment. Yeah, trying to find some space, but there's just nothing.
It's difficult. Look at this set lineup here. They're going fast off the lane. Surf actually ends up messing up his up trap, but still not punished for it.
And Marv was stuck. Somehow manages to stay okay. Yay. Whiff on the op.
That knife just got so many players. So Victor knows how this rotation should come in, but still plenty of time. And with that advanced drone, they actually take the yellow lane.
Off the flash, Marv swings out. Gets one, looking to find a second, not able to do so. Yay with the operator still in play. As he dances around back yellow, seeing if anyone's going to be bold enough, brave enough to give him a little bit of skin to look at.
Could happen.
Oh dear. Well, that worked out quite nicely.
Yeah. That was an advantage for Surf there. So thankfully things even out, but early on, Marv stuck in that advanced white position. Very, it's the same thing that happened earlier on when he peaked mid, right? He's no traded. There's people here in position to be able to do that, but they just don't.
Spike down.
Big kill out for Ye with that operator, and now XERXIA off that. They're finding the adversity resistance really for the first time all map. Now they find themselves
Oh my God!
in a pretty brutal number spot, and it just went from bad to worse. My operator, he's also got the ultimate to work with, but big ult should deny entry towards A.
Which hasn't been that much of a problem so far for OpTic.
You're right.
I mean, there's the one round where Ye went down early because he tried to play aggressive. And I say that, and XERXIA looks like they want to actually go right back towards that Viper's Pit. And why? Because they have the Killjoy lockdown.
I have the spike.
To put this down and flush Marv out of position. So what do we have from the other side of OpTic to respond? No commands, potentially a knife to delay if it comes back in time, but I don't think it will.
They do have the Hunter Siri, if that becomes a factor. But it doesn't seem like they're going to opt for it, at least not yet. So
there it is.
But Sushi Boy is able to trade it back out. See the res come through in the lockdown, but you're right, now that Crashies is down, there's no Hunter Siri to counter that out. Marv still playing in his pit, falls. Courtesy of Zerf. XERXIA with such a numbers advantage, and now they drop their own green goo.
Wow. And I'm not even sure how there's a flank going on for FNS right now.
Spike planted.
You know, the interesting thing, too, is XERXIA have done such a good job of protecting the flank, right? Be it the alarm bot, be it the turret. Of course, as I say that, Finesse finds an opening on the flank, so.
He still has to go through the second layer of Foxes. One thing, though, look at Ye. Look at him. He's so far away. He's already decided long ago that he wanted to save this op. And that's the theme with OpTic recently, especially with this role change that they've had. Ye has been very much keen on holding on to that op. I'm curious how that Viper's Pit actually works in the back of sight, because I haven't seen somebody ult up in towards Nest. And we'll see at Ramples.
Yep.
Exactly. Where you don't want their money to be reset. Thankfully, they had the op, and they could potentially have dropped weapons into this round. So it is a full gun round, and they have capacity to stop this. The other important thing, too, even though Crashy's dying really tilted the round in XERXIA's favor, he has it this round. So a little saving grace in that whole experience.
You're reaching.
I am reaching.
You're reaching.
Hey, man, 2 North American casters. At this point, we got to be reaching.
That drone, nice. Drone gets cleared out. Crashes, though. Oh, he did get the tag. The Hunter Fury takes care of Cruz. Not going to spot anything else.
That's the wall. That's very important. If you're wondering why he opted to go for that, obviously he gets the drone tag. You want to go for those, unless it's the jet. Another peek in mid.
Oh.
Scary wins it.
Wow.
And he's backed off all the way, too. That pulled a little bit of rotations over towards mid. Marv's going to counter challenge.
Creeping his way forward again, but this time it's Scary who's playing a bit back. And again,
left.
they have the turret. Got ways to shore things up. Sight has been lost to XERXIA. Yay, doesn't land the op, but the Headhunter seems to do just fine.
The turret went down.
Yeah, 3v2 now. Spike ticking away. You still have Marv going on this long burn.
Yeah, he's very low HP.
Flank, he's so weak, but you're not expecting Marv, right? You're not expecting Marv. Spots one, cleans him up. Nice shot out from Ye. Third on the round. OpTic gets it 2.
And that's the op from Ye. He saved it through. Obviously, the shot onto Sushi Boys didn't need it, but very well handled.
Thankfully, it was a brief technical pause as we're right back into the action.
Yep.
It's I'm actually really impressed all at how methodical XERXIA has been on their attacking half.
It's quite impressive. The set slow on the back of white. Oh, hold on, Sushi again. Finally, Ye gets the advantage when he actually peaks aggressively. And that's key. You have to continue to be doing that. If you stop, all of a sudden, you don't have to put anybody towards A.
Well, and it becomes a mental thing, right? Like, oh, I'm not winning these opening duels. I should back up a little bit more. Shoot or shoot. He is a shooter, man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
So off of that early pick from OpTic, XERXIA decide to flip the map and venture out over to B. The Cloudburst to provide a little bit of cover. No swing out. I like that.
And be careful here. XERXIA does not want to full commit, knowing that actually Victor has a no command. And if they do, that Viper Wall will fall and cruise on the other side of the map. He couldn't even provide the barrier orb.
Look at how far up he is and how much it's drawing rotations over from OpTic, right? There were two already that way in the name of Ye and Crashies. Now you've got Victor, who's joined the party as well, and XERXIA walking right into it, Paula.
Left.
Really slow to break this wall, too, so they can't counter-challenge super fast with the Crashies. Just have the shocks.
That hurts.
Oh, blocked by the line of sight.
Nice shot out from Cruz to drop Crashies. You heard the null command come through. As Cruz continuing to try to anchor the site, to try to hold OpTic back, and he seems to be doing so rather admirably, of course, until you run into Ye. Marved on that flank again. We've seen this before. Ooh. Perhaps a slightly different outcome. Crispy shot out from Scary.
Again?
Yeah, I mean, but what do you do?
The crazy part, though, is both of these instances where you save the op, he has his tour de force, right?
Yeah.
And obviously the money is kind of important in situations where you don't challenging both Marved and this time Ye over towards this white lane. And Ye goes down. This is so interesting. XERXIA really winning these fights against Ye, even when he is fragging.
Nice shot out of Marv to try to equalize things. Remember, they don't have much as far as guns, but perhaps this Vandal's all they needed. Eventually falls by the wayside. The Classic does it, though. His Crashies with 14 HP, tries to reposition, tries to turn around, tries to stay alive, and ultimately meets his demise. Finesse with the Sheriff in a 1v2, 25 armor to his name, and is left with the unenviable task of trying to keep XERXIA at bay with not a whole lot other than him.
Only hope is they actually don't go to the site. But obviously that would be playing XERXIA, and they're receiving it very, very well. And each time you lose these rounds, it starts to get even worse for you. There hasn't been an eco round on XERXIA's side at all.
Money to the moon, as we mentioned. Different approach here out from Marv as he uses the Viper's Pit to B. XERXIA not seeming to mind the approach as we see the tour de force. The tour de force is working. He's already got 4 as a chance. Now one more. I mean, you give him the ace, right? If for nothing else, and for feel good. But Fox stops it.
To boil it instantly and on the A site before XERXIA could even respond in that case. And he's consistently picking the right places to take his early fight.
Victor with the swing and the shots onto Sushi Boys. Numbers advantage once again in favor of OpTic. Well, right.
You speak, you get in trouble. Slowing right down. You're right, Doug. This is XERXIA really, really reading the map well. In certain instances here, they're going to have to drone to clear Marved and also spot Ye. Those are the win conditions here. If they don't do one of those, and Ye could immediately shut it down.
Yep, so far, so good. No drone, no nothing. Ye just with the opener. Gets challenged again, has to give the space up, but he keeps the op in play.
Yeah, important part. They pushed him off, but Marv's on the back. There's a flash from Victor, and he gets the kill.
Lockdown's through. Nothing really to counter back, so they have to give the space up.
They don't know Surf is deep. Look at this. They don't know he's here.
Oh, and he lands one. Repositions, waiting, anticipating the flank, and it was there. Looking for the challenge, takes care of Finesse, tries to go up top, falls. It's just Sushi Boys alone in this 1v2. Spike not down. But he's got, actually, he doesn't have
the entire situation right here for Victor. Potentially one of the things he's focusing on right now is making sure he's supporting his team as best as possible. And he has been that guy when you watch KO play.
Another methodical round out from XERXIA. Slow, this time using the drone to get a bit of room to work with, a little bit of info down below. There's no one there this time around.
Yeah, Ye finally choosing wrong. And the final round of the half, look at the presence that OpTic has. And this is because XERXIA has been completely ignoring. Once again, another tag. But Marved, he's getting aggressive.
My goodness, and it's working just fine. Clean round out from OpTic. Maybe I've spoken a bit too soon. Numbers advantage for OpTic, though, still. Sushi Boys and Scary left alone.
They can't let Scary actually get an ult down here. If they do, things get much harder for OpTic, and they're actually going all the way back towards A, and he will get that ult down. So how to clear, because Crashes has to wait for his dart to come back, and it should sometime throughout this period. But they get the ult, and that makes things a lot easier. Remember the last time I talked about how switching sites would be a death sentence? Maybe it was, after all.
We've also got Victor with his ultimate. You hear the spikes start to go down, and there's the Viper's Pit, as you mentioned. All countered back.
No mollies available to slow this down.
Sushi Boy's playing down in hell, not understanding there's somebody literally right above him, and it's Ye with the operator. Oh, it's almost like he knows. It's just Sushi Boy's alone, and Sushi Boy's falls. Yay.
He's switching that attacking half, and they don't have those things that started working really well, which is the set trap plays from Victor and Marved.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You just kind of wonder
how do they apply that to the attacking side is the question that you ask. And it's difficult because he's not playing that jet. So he has to be very methodical, and somebody else has to take charge. Maybe that is Victor in this instance. So slow.
I mean, so quiet. You can hear a pin drop in this thing, and there it is. It erupts the dash. He falls, but not without taking one with him. Wall goes up out from Cruz. You know how devastating a wall can be in a pistol round because it takes all day.
That denied the plant just then, right? In front of Jen, right? Normally that looks like the attacking side wall that she plays down to actually plant. But in this case, Cruz maintains control of the 410 side with the slow, or with, who is it? Surf and the entire trade that went down in that situation, and then gets the wall down so they can't approach. And with how quiet this has been and how long they took to even make that approach, there's only 30 seconds left, and we've got Sushi Boys on the site. It's got the turret to make contact, and then the Nano Swarm.
Plan B out from OpTic. There's the turret. Gets popped almost instantly. The shock dart, a little bit of everything thrown its way.
The knife missed.
If you're Sushi Boys here, you're kind of okay with giving up the space, right? The Nano shows up a little bit late, but you understand you've got reinforcements that are on the way, and perhaps that can be enough to tip the fight back in their favor. First Headhunter shot misses, second, third does as well, as the clip runs dry. And that is enough for XERXIA to creep their way forward. The tap, that's enough for OpTic to swing out, and Crashies gets 2 massive kills. Marv gets 1 on top of that. As Scary's left alone in the 1v3. Now OpTic with the advantage here. You see it in the gun. XERXIA decided they want to take the fight to their front step. Perhaps might have been better off to play a little ding-dong ditch, as they've got numbers falling all over the place. And OpTic just continue to push forward.
Yep. Prepared for the success conditions at Champions for XERXIA. And their eco round's very strong. They prep a lot to actually take. And that was another one already right positioned where OpTic is coming.
Flash, doesn't hit, still in the spot. 3 massive kills out from XERXIA.
How's that
What a response. What a response.
Scary had such a random angle when he shot 2 bullets.
Yeah, we got to run that back. Got to run that back.
And all the momentum. I mean, Crashes was just asking why it's so quiet, but that just sucked all the energy out of OpTic right now. And Ye and Victor are going to try to actually clear out, but look at this crossfire here. Surf can peek off of Scary, unless they creep up on him.
Which they are. Surf, waiting to see where the last one was. We mentioned OpTic, they have guns, they have a little bit of firepower to their name. Crashies, oh, excuse me, not Crashies, Ye, on light armor. Look at Surf, bro.
And Victor's throwing a flash to actually deter him from doing that.
And it didn't.
And it didn't at all. However, it might have actually deterred him from not going further.
Yeah, that's true.
Look how they're actually, you see on the backside, the X-ray. They're trying to jump spot it, but Ye definitely feeling himself there, getting ahead of what's actually cleared. Yeah. Ye's usually really good at that.
And once again, the round comes to a screeching halt. As OpTic decide how they want to approach this. We mentioned the pick, the opener out from Surf.
The wall again.
It's early this time.
Yeah, I think they expected with the fact that the knife and the drone and everything was coming in at the same time. Trying to time it. Well, are you kidding me, man? That's a tilter.
It's whimsy. seems like they want to double down on their efforts. Hey, the thing about that Sage Wall is it forces you to go around into this like 50 angle where you have to hard swing, and yeah, Cruz is just waiting for it, but
30
Crashies
seconds left.
from up top is able to trade it right back. Operator's still in the hands of Surf, but OpTic, while unlikely, have a chance to fight back at this thing. It's going to have to fall on the leader for the green wall.
Essentially hold on until at least that cascade can come through.
And the truth is, at this point on this pistol, yeah, of course, ideally you want to win the round, but any damage that you can do to kind of set yourself up for the future helps.
I'd say damage good, but also make sure you're in a position to actually get those ults. And then we continue to talk about it. OpTic just feints towards A, and they go right up towards kitchen. Sushi Boys is waiting.
Oh boy, just around the corner. Ooh, bit whiffy. That was a Pansy classic, by the way.
I miss her.
Yeah. Sorry, Pansy, I missed you.
That's not
Spike
with me.
down, B.
No.
This guy is on point. You know, the comparisons to Patty, Jess doesn't want us to do that. And I think I'll
Spike
set
planted.
them apart in a sense right now, because watching Surf, especially in this game already, you can see the differences. He's not as aggressive. He's more of a pure opper. And in some instances, that's better because you have him consistently hitting those frags early.
Well, we find ourselves in an interesting situation because Crashy should be able to get the timing on the flank. Finesse has upgraded a weapon. So they've got a chance at this, but they have to find value out of the flank. Crashies has to find something, or else Victor does it, whatever. Either way,
I mean,
the thing is the spike is ticking.
this is a tough round no matter what. They've got the ult as well from Crashies to secure this.
Surely not.
Enemy remaining.
Neither of them are
not.
one tap from
Oh
it.
my
so
gosh, surely not. Right?
Not
Not,
again.
like this.
Not
Not
again.
like this. Okay, he got him off on one. I don't think there's going to be enough time for the second. The shot. The lands. It's to drop. Well, maybe a bit premature on that.
Well, I'm more focused on Marv's ult right now. I mean, I know XERXIA is in the driving seat, but that's the one we're talking about. I mean, they just won based off the Hunter's Fury. XERXIA's exploring. This is what we were talking about, how teams can get caught off guard, because when there's silence like this, and we actually haven't seen it that much so far on Icebox, there can sometimes be 3 players behind you if you're not careful, as OpTic.
Scary. Props the ult. There's no wall here, like we've seen a couple times out from Cruz.
Look at how reactive that was. Obviously, we mentioned how he paused at the beginning of that, but just reactively placing it on the potential plant spots. But instead, OpTic walls over towards the left side, something that G2, who we're waiting for in the playoff stage, has been pioneering to get the plant down on the left side of the site.
Bro, the patience out from OpTic is just nuts right now.
I mean, they've been stopped, though.
Oh, but they've made it up to 410. They have their own ultimate that could drop down to help kind of at least counter a bit, create a bit more chaos on the side, and they aren't doing it.
I think they're trying to wait for the knife right now for Victor to potentially stop post-plant utility from falling on them when they do drop what they're talking about.
There's the knife. The nade. Still, patience at the helm. Finesse starts on the tap, decides to pause just for a moment to decapitate Cruz, and then continues on his way, but eventually falls. There's the ultimate that's being countered. Sushi Boy's now looking to go hunting. Scary falls from up top. He lands a shot, but that's all it's going to be, a 1v2. Marv not able.
Again,
You want to play? Let's play.
they needed the ult cascade to really come in, and there they used the Marv's Viper Spit themselves, and
right here.
right now there's not too much else outside of Yay with his Tour de Force.
Sage wall goes up. They want to hit a mid-split here, but the thing is they don't have B long control, and Crashies gets a judge to the face. So if it's going to work, it's going to have to be through mid, and that's it. The Hunter's Fury trying to create some more space. Sushi Boy's getting all sorts of information.
Spike down, B.
And for OpTic, another unsuccessful round as XERXIA seemed to get to 11. Unless Victor can do that. Oh, but
The next time this happens, he's peeking with him. A little bit towards this middle side. Look at XERXIA, not wanting any possibilities of them doing that again.
I really like that. But my goodness, OpTic are ready for it. At least it seemed like they were, but the kills still go in favor of XERXIA. They drone through the smoke, or through the orb. Is that so hard? while 2 swing out from tube. That was pretty.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. And again, it's because OpTic has been leaning there so many times, and that type of play is potentially what's going to put them on that point here.
Certainly seems to be that way. A slight advantage, but an advantage nonetheless for XERXIA here in the 20th round of the opening map in this best of 3. And you see for OpTic, given some of the shenanigans that took place across the middle of the map, have to choose to slow down, reconsider how they want to approach this round. They have B-long control. And look, you can see it pinging on the minimap. They want to explore up to kitchen, but guess what? Sushi Boys, he's there. Oh, no. If he gets the timing right, this is going to be problematic. Fox and Sushi Boys going hunting. It doesn't get any easier than that, Ball. It really doesn't.
Spike down B.
All up to Crashies.
Standing ahead.
30 seconds to retrieve the spike, fall back into a position, but how do you even plant?
Yeah, you don't have a ton of options.
Nanoswarm could come in, shock darts as well in that position, but he gets it down and tries to cross, and that's the difficulty. Sushi Boys with the 4K, and XERXIA with and King Slayers in a sense.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. XERXIA with the operator, a rare miss as he dashes back. Here they'll come through, push him off site. Viper's wall goes up, but have you accounted for Cruz? My goodness, you haven't! My goodness, you haven't! Cruz with 2 big ones, but the res drops, and perhaps that can be the opening that they need. Yeah, perhaps that can be it. Oh my gosh, if only he pulled the trigger in that moment.
He's up.
The round swings right back in favor of OpTic. Perhaps Sushi Boys with the lockdown can make something happen. Marv trying to hold fast, and Age should clear things out. That's pretty. 3v2, OpTic, Spike ticking away. XERXIA have to push forward to try to take the site back. Sushi Boys left alone. Position given away. Him against the world, in a sense. Victor and Crashy's both weak, but Crashy's playing so far back. Has 2 shock darts to his name, too. This is almost unwinnable here for Sushi Boys. Yeah. Yay with the operator, once again with light armor. Decent bit of info gathered early on. That's all it is for now.
Once again, back up towards mid. Interesting that OpTic's not even choosing to...
Oof.
Try, let me finish my sentence.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Try to break the alarm bot utility with the Sova shock dart.
It is interesting.
Instead, just opting to fight Sushi Boys head on. And they're starting really to roll with the ults. I mean, the way that they're cascading them right now, Marv is very close. If they can hold on for one more round, that could be another win condition.
That's a big if, but you're right. If they can get there, you've got a little bit of breathing room. Oh, my goodness, I thought that was a collab for sure.
They knew that was coming.
The wall reinforces just in time, providing safe passage for Finesse to get the spike down. Now 5v3 for OpTic as they hunker down and try to keep XERXIA at bay. The op shot misses. EA teleporting away.
Wow.
As the spam starts to come through and XERXIA starting to fall apart.
That spam angle's new with the double stack box in that angle. Well played from Crashes, and OpTic will hold on. And this save, important. Surprised to see another OpTic chasing right now. They have a little bit of a bank for some of them. It might be up to Crashes alone. Because if they, in the last round, and OpTic has to try to make it towards overtime, fighting through the economy.
You mentioned the ultimates that are closed for OpTic. They're not quite online yet. But we're getting there. As you mentioned, the operator for Surf, holding down Belong. Finesse, the only one at a place where you could perhaps check it.
He's gone kind of quiet, Surf has.
Yeah, he is.
Even though he does have the op in this round. Look how many players are here while he's working the pick. At this point, this angle should have pulled other players off because they've set him up so well. He can dash away, he can get away. But they're setting up to bait OpTic into this position, try to chase him down, and then face the wrath of Cruz as well.
Yeah, they're hard committing for sure.
I just don't know if that's the decision that Finesse is going to make, especially now that he clears this out, make sure there's nobody on the flank fast. And Marv's going to take the spike and go over towards it. Look at this, though. All the way away is where Sushi Boys is playing. He's got 2 mollies here to actually deny the plant for quite a while. One's up in nest, even.
Again, OpTic find themselves with a bit of site presence, of site control, and it's a slight delay on the plan. Oh my goodness, Sushi Boys got one with the nano?
That was a death trap.
Perhaps Crashies has better luck. The shock dart right to his forehead.
Can't commit to it again.
Au contraire, my friend. He's certainly going to try, and he succeeds. Yay, looking up in heaven, not understanding. There are 3 players with the operator. Surf, you mentioned he went a bit quiet. Wakes back up in that instance. Marv waiting for the flank, and he snaps onto Sushi's there. What is that?
Player standing.
Oh, Crashies.
This might be it.
Crashies alone in this 1v4 to keep it alive, and it's not going to happen. Surf gets 3. XERXIA get the defuse, and they take map 1 ball.
That is crazy. I mean, that is a significant win here.